What's up, guys? It's your girl Daisy. You're right, I'm driving, but you're on a stand, so I can multitask like perfectly. So today is Thursday, the 12th, and as you can tell, I literally just got done working at Pizza King today. So I'm on my way home. Around 5, I have to be at work for the ballot house, which is my second job because, you know, your girl stays busy. But I thought I would just drive and kind of talk to you guys, just because I haven't really had a sat down chat with you guys, and I've been wanting to come up with something to talk about that's relatively important, but something that overall speaks and what's the word I'm looking for, reaches out to everyone. But there's so many things, because I want it to be on the topic of motivation, but then I'm there's so many things that I could literally talk about. So I do have a video that I want to make. That one is about body image and self-esteem. So that one is going to be mainly focusing about how to love yourself, cherish your body, your temple, try to eat the right things, and I'm gonna try to explain how my matter, what I struggle with me being so tiny. So that's one. Another subject that I want to get into is actually about child abuse, because that's a little bit of my background. Unfortunately, there are some kids in this world, including myself and others, that have went through child abuse, and I just think that it's a relative topic to talk about, because there's a lot of people that have actually went through child abuse, and I'm sad to say that some of those people actually went through a worse case of scenario than I have. But it's something that, I don't know, just sadly happens. And it kind of breaks my heart. It breaks my heart more for other people than it does for myself, to be honest with you. Just because if you get attached to someone, you're just oh my gosh, my heart breaks for you, and that is the case. So it really is sad to see sweet, kind people go through that, but then it's oh my gosh, they're really heroic, or they're turn out so amazing, they're so humble because they let that be their motivation in life, to not be the same as their father or mother or whatever the case may be, in order to make their lives better, but most importantly to make other lives better. And I think it's really fantastic for the people that really have went through that kind of trauma in their lives, and they're just oh hey, I turned this negative into a positive. And I would like to think that's what I'm doing, because some people do know what me and my family went through. They may not know the whole back to it, but they at least know, hey, we went through child abuse. But that I want to touch in a second video. So there's 2 videos coming out for you guys. I would have liked to do an Easter one, and just kind of giving my thanks, my appreciation to my Lord and Savior, because it's Easter, and Easter, besides Christmas, is my 2 top favorite holidays. It doesn't have nothing to do with the Easter bunny or getting candy or even just presents, because to me, the reason for the season is because of Jesus Christ alone, and that's what I wanted to touch bases with. But it's every time I had time, I just didn't how the video turned out, or I'm one of those people, if somebody hears me recording, I think it's the weirdest thing ever. So it's I have to wait till no one is home, and it's I can kind of express more of myself. So I feel when others hear or whatever, I think that they're judging me or something like that, or I just plain I hide in this little shell, and my little shell is my little shell, you know what I'm saying? It may not make any sense to you, but I can be kind of shy. So I'm kind of working on that, and excuse me while I drink some of my water with lemon, because I'm trying to be healthier. I'm still not used to actually having lemon in my water, because I drink water, which just like the citrus in it. I have to get used to it. But there are many benefits to drinking water, guys. Not just the fact that it has lemon in it, because the lemon actually has a lot more benefits to it if you add it. For example, it lowers down your pH system. Now, if someone was to ask me what is a pH system, I'm going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I literally don't. I just have it just because it lowers it down, and I have no idea what that is. So, but you can't take my word that water is healthy for you. Now, if you drink too much of it, like how I have in the past, yes, I sip on my water from time to time. Literally one time I had drank it so much and for so often for such a long period of time, I actually threw up just plain clear water, and it was, oh my god, it was so horrible. It's literally was throwing it up, and like the only thing that I can really reference it to, like the aroma, was that if you smell like the chemicals and like while you're like washing your laundry, that was what it was like for me. That was the smell that it had to it. And oh my god, I was like obsessed with it. So there's that little fun fact that no one would have known, because, well, I do tell some people actually. When it comes to the topic anyways, I'm not one of those people be like, hey, this weird thing happened to me and nobody cares. Because you know what? Nobody probably does care, and that's completely fine. But I shared it with you guys so like you guys can drink water, but then try not to drink too much of it, because it can obviously make you sick. And having too much of it can actually, because like there's like literally nothing in it. I mean, yes, it's great for your skin. It helps fight against acne, you know, moisturizing, you know, that's like awesome. But just for the simple fact that there's literally nothing in it, like there's no sugar. And I know some people are like, oh my god, I'm like a sugar diet. No offense to anybody like that. But just as an example, you need something for your body to work. You need glucose, aka sugar. So I mean, there's some good things to being on a diet or trying to stay healthy. I kind of struggle with that. But there's always like, what's it called? I guess like a setback or like a side effect. Because like for instance, I found out recently, not recently, but like not too long ago, months ago, years ago, that pomegranate seeds help fight against cancer. That's really all that I know, to be honest. Let me think of a better one. As I think you're waiting for a car to pass. See, if I would have been like acid, I would have like remembered. But just for the fact that like this is like so like offhand, don't take that literally, guys. I can't think, and somebody just like smiled at me, which brings me to a story. I laughed so hard. It was hilarious. I mean, because there's people outside. I don't like the feeling of being judged. Not at all. Okay, so the beginning of my story, I'm literally driving. Okay, I like got off from work. I am, where am I? I'm at like the New World Farms out, but like at the light though, like to go straight. And there's this guy, and he's in a red vehicle. Don't ask me the name, because I suck when it comes to vehicles. I just know how to drive them and how to handle them is all. But coming up on construction, he was like, we came to a stoplight, and he was like kind of like just waiting for me, and he was looking back, and he's like, I'm just like, dude, I don't know what you're saying. Not actually saying, I just like looked at him like he was on crack, because who knows, it probably was by how that he was acting. Can I go? Are you gonna turn so I can go? Or like construction kind of sucks, like you're confusing the living heck out of you guys. Thank you, it makes no sense. The person just literally came up out of the ground. What am I supposed to do, dude? It's a road. You drive on it. He just was like, popped up his head. Like, what? I'm just like, yeah, you gotta drive over, right? Anyways, to my story. There's this guy, and he was like, I did not know what this dude was saying. But then, like, he just stops. He just, like, kind of, like, stares at me. And he does. I'm just like, I like wave, I like don't pay much attention to this dude because you can't trust strangers nowadays, unfortunately, guys. And so I like, you know, I do my little waving, I like pretend like he's not even there until like it turns green. And so we both start driving, and it's like he's like tries to stay like right up beside me, but then like I start going a little bit faster because I wasn't comfortable with this situation, right? And so he's behind me, and then I'm like, I have to go on like Gordy Road to get where I live because I don't, yeah, whatever. So I go on Gordy Road, or it's like right before, so it's not too long till I have like my left turning signal on. And this guy, he speeds up and he looks at me and he's like, I'm just like, oh my god, like I just busted out laughing. Then he was laughing like, I don't know if this person is gonna like get hit by a car, because he's just straight out staring at me laughing and doing that. I'm just like, I hope you don't die, turn around. And then it was like, that was like literally the end of it. But that kind of made my day, because I was a little bit like thinking at work, like I had some things on my mind. So like, I don't want to say I was depressed, but I had things on my mind. And so in doing that, it literally made me laugh. So I thought that that was like a sign from God, just to get me out of that, because it worked. But I'm close to my house. I'm like literally like parking into it, but I have to get the mail, so you're gonna be put on pause there for a second. You know what I mean? Or actually, I might just let it play. Enjoy the music. Does anyone else love it when like you go to check the mail and there's like nothing in it? It's like, hey, the meaning of my life. So I am finally home, and because if there is my neighbor out, I haven't met him, so I'm just gonna leave this right here and go inside.